Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, and we are here in Costa del Sol in Eastern Lancia because this man was a captain in the company of heroes and might tell us how to reach Titan, the Primal. If we can prove him here, we are worthy of his knowledge. Master Gagaruju requests his requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you on your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has recently been seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg to proof as proof of a kill. Okay. And there's the Nyx. Okay, Westcott. Here's the leg. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident long ago. A young foolish employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Thank you, Trachtum. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gagaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Gagaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so Desiree, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chefs requires. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you on your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Londonel at Camp Tranquil. What? Do you mean to tell me that I cannot afford to waste time, as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Cracks? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. So, South Shroud and Camp Tranquil. And there is Londonel. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So, this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Desiree. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Fair enough. Let me be clear, this business between you, me and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time in the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot, Ditto here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure I'm seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand, if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Now then, where were we? Ah yes, the egg. The first thing you need to do is deal with the sentries patrolling the Elementor's breeding grounds. Poaching is illegal in Guidania, in case you were unaware. A shame we have so few whalers to spare, especially with brownie bushes almost in season. Matron will fend if agaric flies claim the crop before we receive additional sentries. We will also soon need barrels of sting brew to weaken and ward off the pests. But if any of the Vulcan were found near the shrooms before we can take preventative measures, we would be forced to shift our patrols immediately. You will of course notify me if you encounter any agaric flies in the vicinity of the lower paths, yes? Okay. So the first thing is getting rid of the sentries by finding some nasty flies and telling them about it. Mean flies! Okay, yeah, sting brew. We are supposed to use sting brew. Sting brew! I hit it too early. Thank you. Now we can hit. Right, taking the brownie brushes. I pray this year's crop of brownie bushes comes late. It doesn't really. Oh my, is this a brownie bush? And you say you slew a whole swarm of agaric flies? Matron's teacher cannot wait for reinforcements. We must do something. The agaric fly infestation requires our full attention. I thank you for bringing it to my attention, adventurer. If I may impose upon your kindness further, I would ask you to inform my subordinates of this dire development. I have 3 whalers currently standing guard in Roots Lake. Inform each man that they are to proceed to the lower paths and search for agaric flies swarms until further notice. Agaric flies in the lower paths, and I mustn't delay. Thank you for relaying Captain Lennonell's orders, adventurer. A message from the captain? Damn those Vulcan are a danger to travelers on the road. I will depart immediately. What's that? Everyone is to search the lower paths for agaric flies? I know we have not to deal with poachers recently, but I cannot help but worry that they will strike in our absence. But orders are orders. I take it you have informed my men then? Excellent work, Desiree. However, I cannot keep the roosters distracted for too long. If you wish to pillage the henhouse, you must do so soon. Well, what are we waiting for? There's a perfectly good Adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Desiree. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in this swamp. You really think an ordinary Adamantoise can stop me? And wenn man es nochmal Adamantoise. And back to London now. I thought you might have a good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end? Here's your end. Such bravery, such recklessness, that will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me, I see that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Fanalan. In Forgotten Springs you will find a man named Urd Noon. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Desiree. Now, that is down here in the Forgotten Springs. Okay, the official way through to the Forgotten Springs would be here through Zanrak. Problem is, well, not for me anymore because I'm vastly over-leveled, but this is a level 30 quest, so here should be around level 30, 32 probably. And Zanrak is a level 40 to 45 area, and that could be nasty. However, there is a better way. Here into the Wet Labyrinth. Where's the Labyrinth Guide to the Minotaur Mom? Minotaur Mom is it's a bit hard to recognize. As I said, height differences are hard on the map. There's actually a barrier here, and this is a cave. This here. The path leads to the Minotaur Mom. If you headed there, I'll show you the way. So, here we are on the other side. As I said, this is actually a wall. And we can go out into the Forgotten Springs without going through Zanrak. There's Otnun. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one where Sket sent me? I have my foggies what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. So far, not so helpful. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battles, there's no mistaking that. And you did manage to obtain that Adamantus egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Noon I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Noon. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to own my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and it is why I still hold it. It is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. A child who wishes to become a hunter must collect the blood of 7 sundrakes. You are not a child, so you may find this to be easy. But you are not of the U tribe, so perhaps not. I will consider your request once you have brought me the blood, and not a moment sooner. Through the desert. Okay, that wasn't so exciting now. Farming a bunch of mobs. Here's your blood. You are a hunter of beasts. This much I now know to be true. But Titan is no mere beast. If you mean to hunt a god, you must prove much more to me. Okay, what next? Hunting a beast is a simple affair. You merely stalk, pursue, and slay. Hunting a beast man, however, is far more complex. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You will have to solve that riddle yourself. Go now, slay this old warrior, and bring me his necklace. Okay, now. Over there's the Amalja camp. Let's place this spear here. Well, I guess so? Okay, we hide here, yeah? And there's Stone Spike Tanat Gar. Simple enough. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? Here's the necklace. It is a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew that when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent? Or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. Finally. A shame we did not meet when I was still in the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Velwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Velwick worms have far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. Worm meat. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on smaller creatures of the Sagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location where Velwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive a worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. No, these are dune anglers. These are not normal anglers. They don't count. There's an angler. Okay. And let's place a dead... Oh, come on. Dead sandwich. And there's one. Good, we got it. Worm meat. Delicious, delicious worm meat. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? Your skills as a hunter rival one of our best. I applaud your success, Desiree. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Wastegate. Worry not, you have my word. You will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say that I know naught of its location. For nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Wasgate's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there's something I would like you to deliver to him for me. The captain was always fond of his Brante wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Wastegate was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Desiree. Well met, Desiree. Lionel and Noon both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? This message, and where is my next ingredient? My favorite. I shall have to thank the Noon personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenard this time to obtain it. Okay, but I think I end this episode here, and we look into that last ingredient next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.